Hey guys, Stock Series episode 60. Just dropped my Trading212 referral link for any EU customers, I believe, still looking to sign up, get a free share. So, bit of a rough week this week, down about 4,000 overall. Part of the drop has come in the gold and silver stocks. Really rough week for silver in particular. Gold's dropped a little as well. So the miners haven't had the best of weeks. Even down on some of the big ones like Pan American Silver now. And some of the others, Anglo Gold, I think they had to shut a mine, so that's sort of company specific rather than just the metals prices. The small cap ones as well, Fortuna Silver and Metalla Royalty, sort of down 25% for Fortuna now. So still pretty positive on these going forward. Started to have a bit of a wobble in the sort of stock market in general. Fed talking about tapering off the bond buying at some point. So I think probably start to see gold sort of picking up towards the end of the year. And these stocks should do a bit better rather than 25% down. So the Trading212 ISA is unbelievably up £20. So that's basically not moved. The ARCPI pretty much not moved, down about £50. Some of the REITs doing quite well. American Tower. Argo Blockchain had a little spike towards the end of the week. They filed for their NASDAQ listing on an ADS sort of stock. So it's still based in the UK. And that'll be a dual listing if it goes through, which we're hoping it does. Bitcoin ETP's been doing well as well, so that's up 5% for the week. Sort of been helping out some of the gold and silver losses, and that's 206% up now, so can't complain at that. Still in sell only mode, so can't buy, just got to hold on to that until I want to sell. Sentiment up slightly even with the gold decline. Digital Realty still doing well, which is good. First Majestic down 7%, so sort of represents the bigger silver decline in some of the others. Starts to look really, really good value now though. Most of those are small positions. Polymetal flat, pretty good considering they've even got silver exposure as well. So can't complain at that. Primary Health and Realty are flat. Stag is completely flat. Don't see zero gain or loss in a week very often. Sylvania Platinum, interesting one. 15% down in the last week. Rhodium has sort of taken a bit of a drop. Nothing too much. And Platinum and Palladium are sort of down a little, but nothing too much. This seems like a hell of a heavy sell-off. Sort of brings it down to, again, forward PE of about 4 or 5, less the cash on the balance sheet, considering they've got pretty much no debt. Incredible price, really. Makes you wonder whether sort of somebody bigger is just going to buy them up, which, maybe is not the best thing. I think I'd rather they just kept to themselves and sort of maybe do some share buybacks at this price and, go forward. Eventually they'll get some love. Tritax is down a little bit. I haven't seen any news on that, but Big Box still doing well, 1.6% up, so can't complain there. Vici down slightly. One I'd look to add to later on. So the ICE has been quite quiet. Can't say nearly as much for the invest account. So that's down, yeah, about £2,000. Seems crazy that you'll see I've got quite a lot of 5 to 10% declines this week, and only dropped sort of just over 1%. So pretty good. Obviously some of them are fairly stable. Even things like 3M are down sort of 3%. But yes, Alibaba down 16%. It's not a huge position for me, but that's quite a drop. So we'll be looking to add to this over time. Kind of hoping the Chinese tech sort of either consolidates around here or maybe even continues dropping a little bit more sort of towards to the end. You'll see in the crypto update tomorrow, if you're a fan of that. It's been doing really well. So if we are looking for a sort of end of year rise for crypto, then I can sell out of that and probably put quite a big allocation to some of these Chinese tech stocks. So I've sold out of BT, just sort of, I was about 70% up or maybe 60% up overall. I did have it in the ISA at one point, so yeah, it didn't quite show the full percentage. I moved it over to here. But yeah, sort of £1.70. Still got quite a lot of debt. Sort of seeing declining profits and revenue. And I sort of mainly was accepting that on the basis that they've sort of still got somewhat of a monopoly on the market in broadband at least. But that just seems to be drifting away over the longer term. I've even seen sort of companies City Fibre installing their own networks around me, and sort of other companies getting involved. Virgin merged with O2 and they're looking to expand. Vodafone I think are involved as well. So yeah, BT sort of reasonable value with a reducing monopoly just didn't seem particularly attractive sort of in the longer term. Keep it on the watch list, but sold out of that and bought into Baidu, which is down quite a bit, 10%. Haven't seen anything particularly specific on this, so I was quite happy to buy in. I did leave Alibaba alone, maybe wondering now if I should have topped that up. And I also bought Prosus, which I'll come to, and Nintendo, which I will come to later on. So Anthem, slightly outperforming this week, considering the market had a bit of a rough week. Did drop sort of previous week though, so that's just recovering a little bit. Archer Daniels down about 5%. I haven't seen anything specific on this really, maybe just general market fears. Aviva slightly down. Bank of Nova Scotia. See, a lot of them are sort of down 3.5%. So quite happy the portfolio's held up reasonably well. Barrett's not too bad. Bristol Myers rose a little bit. Broadcom, so they're sort of mostly up or down 2%. Some are flat. Caterpillar down quite a bit. A little bit high valuations though, so not surprising. FedEx down 4%. Glencore 8%. So yeah, seen a bit of sort of drop in even most of the commodities really. So Glencore and some of the others, certainly Rio Tinto, have sort of taken a bit of a hit. Intel pretty much down with the market. International paper. And I had my sort of monthly, bi-weekly deposit of about £750 and decided to put that into Invesco. So they provide a lot of ETFs. I don't actually own any. But yeah, they're sort of seemed a reasonable value considering what they do. Thought why not go for them? It's a new position. I know I've sort of said that I would be looking to add to my positions, but I thought having sold BT, might as well sort of go for a new one. So the ETFs have sort of been emerging markets ETF, obviously got hit by the Chinese tech sell-off again. Japan down a little. Clean energy slightly bucking the trend. And global water, so it's up 0.6%. I think I've been researching the companies in this and the companies in the legal and general water ETF, and I think I'm probably going to switch this for the legal and general. Just sort of preferring a lot of the companies in the top 10. Top 10 of this is sort of less diversified, and sort of 10% in American waterworks. Didn't really sort of like the look of them quite as much. The legal and general one's a lower fee. It's performed a little better over the last year. Just sort of everything I was looking at just seemed to point towards switching that over to legal and general. So yeah, it's done well. Bought in at sort of £41-ish, and we're at £50, so it's done really well. But I think I'm going to switch that over. Essentially the same theme, but just a different provider, different companies. So not a lot of move in some of the others. Kia's down a little bit, but that's very small stock. Kroger up 9.5%. A little bit surprised on this one. I see Berkshire have actually bought in or added to their position. I think they had 50 million shares. They've now got 60 million. Do see the headlines. I do think are a bit misleading. You sort of get, in the middle of August, Berkshire are buying Kroger. Not necessarily the case. It's a report from Q2, so they could have bought in April potentially, and it's saying that they held it to the end of June. So 1st of July they could have sold off, and that would be in the Q3 report. I do think it's a bit misleading to sort of say mid-August that they're buying Kroger, but that's what the headlines are. You don't get the clicks to say 3 months ago they were buying this. And they never disclose the sort of dates that they're doing anything. So do start to wonder, 40% up, I might start to look at the sort of historical PEs and ratios and that sort of thing. And obviously they are just a supermarket sort of chain with a few other interesting sort of strings to their bow, but there is a limit that I'll let this run up before maybe rebalancing into some of the things that are down. So Lennar not done too much this week. Lockheed pretty flat. Micron pretty flat considering the huge drop that it's had recently. Nintendo 2% up, so I did buy earlier in the week, so seemed to get a reasonable price. Very happy with them sort of going forward. So I took a third of the BT position. So BT was about 2,500, and I just put sort of £800 into each of these. So up the Nintendo by £800. Pretty happy with that. Porsche down nearly 10%. Need to probably read the news on this one and just sort of see what's happened. But fairly happy with them still. Process. So bought into this £800 this week. Down 9.5%. Pretty much just with the 10-cent drop off. Valuation gap does seem to be closing between the Process market cap and the 10-cent market cap, so just wondering maybe, obviously, if as they shrink, then people are happy to have more of their stock. Naspers especially still has the issue of the South African Stock Exchange, so if they get smaller, then that's less of an issue. They can't get too big, so yeah, people tend to sell them off when they rise too much, so maybe if they ever sell off, it's less of an issue. But yeah, Prosus still have their sort of emerging market businesses, the sort of education and fast food and that sort of thing. So yeah, they have that to sort of prop them up when Tencent's not doing so well. So yeah, very happy with that. Put £800 into that. Raytheon still down a little bit. Renault, yeah, the car makers do seem to have had a bit of a rough week. Even Tesla, see the sort of accident investigations and that sort of thing has sort of knocked them a little bit. But yeah, the whole sort of car industry really seems to have taken a bit of a hit. Rio Tinto, as I say, commodities down. Rio Tinto did have an ex-dividend date, so that sort of dropped them last week from £60 to 56, but has then continued to sell off. Nothing too much to worry about though. Shell about 3% down. Samsung a couple of percent, sort of with all the others. Sega down again. It's all still quite good numbers from them. Sort of building cash position and sort of returning to profitability. So yeah, we'll carry on. I'm sort of just putting dividends into this really. I haven't sort of added any particularly recently, so yeah, just keep putting sort of £50 dividends in them every now and then. Seneca not done too much, neither is Siemens. Sony down about 4%, nothing too much on them. Small cap ETF down. Stellantis, as I say, basically the same as Renault, not doing too well. TSMC down 6%, start to sort of consider topping this up fairly soon if we get some cash from the crypto. Still fairly bullish on them. Pretty much king of the semiconductors market. Taylor Wimpey's pretty flat. Turtle Beach slight rise. Tyson Foods down a little bit with everyone else. Vale. I keep reading there's supposed to be something happening with Vale. I need to read the news on this. 11.7% down. So that's more than the others, Glencore and Rio Tinto, that I've got. But I haven't seen any sort of particular news jump out. So something that they're going to have to be paying off some debt possibly, but yeah, nothing huge. Still bullish on the commodities themselves that they provide, so yeah, might be buying into that. And yeah, Viatris and the video games pretty much down with the market. And Volkswagen, obviously, same as Porsche and same as the rest of the car market. So yeah, as I say, fairly happy to be sort of 1.3% or something down, considering a hell of a lot of sort of 5 to 10% and even more than 10% drops. So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more. But long may this continue, hopefully into the end of the year, and we can start really adding to some of these, or in another account potentially. Still looking into the Interactive Brokers direct account, so yeah, maybe go over there as well. Not moving all of this, keep this, and yeah, just try out Interactive Brokers as well. So yeah, see you soon.